It's your girl Tale Forbes with Take2, and I'm bringing you all the hottest takes on the entertainment industry. Today is the first episode of our podcast, and we have a lot to talk about. We're going to be talking about Cardi B's new album, Cardi B and Nicki, and The Conjuring. So let's get into it. All right, so we're going to start the show off by doing a segment called Take It or Leave It, where we're going to discuss whether a piece of media takes the cake or whether we could leave it behind. First up, we're going to talk about Cardi B's new album, Am I the Drama? So this album dropped in late September. This is her second studio album. Invasion of Privacy dropped about 2018. That's when we had her Bodak Yellow era, okay? So this new album, it has a lot of her singles that were released between 2018 to 2025. So WAP, Up, those types of songs. This created a lot of controversy in the music industry because people thought that it was a cash grab. They thought it was unethical for her to use her previously released singles because the way that those numbers had charted would be contributed to the way that her new album was going to chart. So I feel like it's okay. I would do it too, and you would do it too for a check. I think people are just kind of mad that they didn't think about doing that first. Now, in this album, she discussed her divorce from her husband, and she also talks about the rumors that are spreading in the industry and her feuds with other celebrities like JT and Nicki Minaj. So, what would I rate this piece of media? I think that I would give it about a 3, like a rewatch, rewind. She's cute, she's entertaining, she has singles that we all love, that we listen to, that we know, and I think that it was fun. What I don't like is that she spent so much time talking about her divorce or trying to go through the divorce with her husband and her being cheated on, which I get is a point in the album. It's called Am I the Drama? That's what you're trying to figure out. Is she the one that's wrong in the content? But I honestly kind of feel like it was too sad for me. Not sad, but when you think of Cardi B, you think of I'm that girl. I want that Birkin bag. She's on top. Girls are mad. She's getting to the money. That's what I like to hear because it makes me feel good about myself. And I just feel like Cardi B focused too much on the negative, which to a certain point I understand, but I don't. So I would rate this a 3. Okay, so now we're going to get into the Cardi B and the Nicki Minaj beef that happened yesterday on Twitter. And let me tell you, child, it was a lot to digest. The girls are fighting, honey. They are fighting. Nicki and Cardi are fighting on Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter. Who cares? I don't know what Elon Musk did. Anyways, they're fighting over Cardi B's new album. Again, like I said, it was a big controversy with her using the charting numbers from her singles to be contributed to the album, okay? So, Nicki threw shots at Cardi saying that, oh, that's why you had to sell your album for $5. And Cardi is like, didn't you sell a bundle with Pink Friday too where you could get a keychain and that album and a signed CD for $5? It was a lot. Then they started throwing shots at their families, okay? Which we all know the rumors about Nicki and her husband, Kenneth Petty. Tragic, okay? So Cardi took it a step further and said that allegedly, that Nicki's son is nonverbal and that he's unable to speak because of habits that Nicki Minaj has, and she partakes in things that she should not be partaking in. And then Cardi was throwing shots at Cardi B's daughter, or Nicki was throwing shots at Cardi B's daughter Culture and her appearance, saying that her gums were too big, and even reposted a picture of somebody had a chain with really big gums on it. And Cardi is like, well, you're just jealous of my kids because my kids have long hair. And then Nicki's like, well, you're jealous of my son. I don't understand. It's too much. They're too old. They're too grown to be talking about this. Cardi B is literally trying to say, we should kind of just get past this. It's too much. I'm going to see you when I see you, because they're both from New York. So Cardi's like, you know where I'm at. Where are you at? What are we going to do? How's it going to be? And Nicki's like, well, last time I tried to pull up, you called the cops. Cardi's like, I didn't call the cops. Your husband was making threats, and because he's registered and he was on probation, the cops came because he was making threats online, which were public. So it's just very messy. Nicki Minaj is posting pictures of Cardi B as Barney. She's beefed out with Roc Nation. She's posting pictures of Jay-Z in a pink wig talking about Roc Nation. Your day will come. And I have to say this from a non-biased standpoint, because I love Cardi and I love Nicki. I don't agree 100% with either of the women or either of their actions. But at the end of the day, they started in this game for the love of music. And that's what I listen to them for, music, not their social opinions. And child, let me tell you, they have a lot of them, and a lot of them are wrong, okay? And I understand the qualms that Nicki has, because imagine you're in the game. Whenever someone needs a sponsorship, you're the only female rapper, so they're going to call you. Whenever there's an event, whenever there's a feature that needs a female rapper, they're calling you. All of a sudden, here comes this new girl in the game, and you're not getting as many of those calls. There's somebody that's taking over your spot. Nicki has only child syndrome, but she has to get over it. There's been new girls in this game since about 2019, 2020, and a lot of the girls started being with Nicki, like JT, Megan Thee Stallion. We got other female rappers, Saweetie, and then they got to know Nicki, and they said, we got to go. Now they're beefed out with them. And I feel like Nicki Minaj should be asking, is she the drama? And that's my take on Nicki and Cardi B's beef. We're going to get into the next segment, where we're going to talk about the new movie, Conjuring, Last Rites. So The Conjuring got their final movie that came out called The Last Rites. And what would I rate this piece of media? I could leave it. I could have went my whole life without seeing this movie and I would have been satisfied. And this is coming from an avid Conjuring watcher. I've literally seen Annabelle, The Nun, every single movie, every Halloween. I watch it in the order of the timeline from the franchise. This movie was not scary. I was actually laughing when they were doing their jump scares, and a lot of them were predictable. I could see the tension that they were trying to build with making the sound slowly go out and making you think something's over there when it's over there. And she just did not give what she was supposed to give, okay? It wasn't even a psychological thriller. I feel like they took pieces and chopped them up and mixed them in a blender and said, let's put out a movie. The main villain, and this is a spoiler alert, the main villain of the movie was a mirror. The main villain of the movie was a mirror. That's what they were beefed out with. And it started. They solved the problem with the power of friendship. That's how they got rid of this villain in the last movie of the Conjuring franchise. I feel like it might have been rushed in production or something, or they just put it out just to say they put it out for this could be an actual cash grab. But I feel so sad because I love the actors in the movie, and the acting actually wasn't bad. It was the storyline, the writing, the pacing. Production was good as far as costumes and things of that nature. I just could go without it. So if you really want to see The Conjuring, you want to see it because it's the last one, I would not waste your money by going to see it in theaters. You can definitely wait till it comes out on streaming services, and you'll be okay. And that's my take on The Conjuring, The Last Rites. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Take Two with your host, Tale Forbes. Again, where I bring you all the hottest takes on everything entertainment. Tune in next time where we're going to talk about the latest news. And you can follow me on Instagram at Take2T_. Thank y'all, and that's a wrap.